Welcome back, students. I'm Mrs. Divya, dealing with the chapter 10, Microbes in Human Welfare, and this is the 6th lecture. So previously in the last video, hope you all remember, we had discussed with the microbes in use of microbes in sewage treatment, right? So in this module, I'm going to discuss about the use of microbes in biogas production. So first let us understand what do you mean by the term biogas. Biogas, students, also called as the gobar gas, it is nothing but a domestic and a industrial fuel. Okay, so this fuel, which is nothing but a mixture of many different gases, such as it consists of around 60 to 65% of methane in it, 30% carbon dioxide, and remaining 5% of some other gases such as hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen sulfide, all these in trace amounts. Okay, so how do we produce this biogas? So it is produced from the degradable organic matter. Generally it is by the activity of anaerobic bacteria, okay, such as the methanogens. Hope you remember, you have studied about the methanogens in your lower classes. So the microbes involved in the biogas production are nothing but the methanogenic bacteria or the methanogens. Okay, so some of the different examples of these methanogenic bacteria, which is nothing but the archaebacteria, right? So the examples are Methanococcus, Clostridium, then Ruminococcus, and Bacillus. So these are some of the bacteria, right? So Methanococcus is the example for methanogenic bacteria, as I told you, archaebacteria. Also the other bacteria other than the archaebacteria are also involved, such as Ruminococcus, Clostridium, and Bacillus. Okay, so these bacteria, they are commonly found in the anaerobic sludge. So you had studied about this sewage wastewater treatment plant, right? So there where you come across the anaerobic sludge which is used in the sewage treatment, so you can find these bacteria in that. Also these bacteria are present in the rumen of the ruminant animals. You know what is rumen? It is a part of the stomach in the ruminant animals such as the cattle, right? So here they act upon the cellulosic material to break down cellulose, and they play an important role in the nutrition of cattle. Okay, so in human beings we don't find this. Why? Because there is no cellulose digestion taking place, right? So thus the excreta or the dung of the cattle, which is commonly called as the gobar, right? So it is rich in these bacteria. So let us see how this biogas is produced commercially. So that is in the biogas plants, right? So these biogas plants, they are commonly set up in villages where cattle are reared, where farmers rear the cattle, right? So here the cow dung and the slurry, that is nothing but the agricultural wastes, which are rich in cellulosic material from plants, it is used as the source of gobar gas. Okay, so let us study first. This is very important question. A typical biogas plant, the diagram is many times asked in the exams. Also you should be knowing the explanation of it, right? How the setup is done. So the gobar gas plant, it consists of a concrete tank which is called as the underground digester tank. So it is around 10 to 15 feet deep. Okay, and it is covered by a floating lid, a dome shaped lid, right? It is also having a gas valve for it. Now this plant, whatever this gobar gas plant, or you can call it as the digester tank, it is fed with the bio waste. Okay, so in that tank, and this tank, it also has an outlet which is for the release of the biogas, so which is controlled by the gas valve. Okay, so this is the outlet for releasing of the biogas which is produced, and this valve controls the release of the gas. It has another inlet chamber present, Okay, so this inlet chamber is meant to uh, put the components, the cattle dung components, right, for preparing or for producing the biogas. Okay, so this all setup is in below the ground, so it has to come to the ground level. So now into that inlet chamber, as I told you, the dung and the water mixture is taken through the inlet chamber and it is taken into the underground tank. Okay, so here the cattle dung is the main component, children, because it is rich in cellulosic material. Now after filling the slurry of the dung, the biogas tank, it is now covered by floating lid or that dome shaped lid over the slurry. So as the biogas is produced, it is being produced, this lid, it starts raising from the slurry, that is mainly, which is this is taking place mainly due to microbial activity. So now whatever the biogas is being produced, so that is let outside. The biogas such as methane, hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide which is produced, so that is let outside through an outlet which is connected with the supply line which supplies biogas to the nearby houses. Okay, so now whatever the leftover slurry is there, see, after everything is being produced, the slurry is left over here. So this leftover slurry, it is removed through another outlet here. Okay, so this is now called as the sludge. So this sludge, it can be used as a fertilizer also. Okay, so this is how the biogas plant works. So from this bio digester tank or the biogas tank, so, the slurry is used as biofertilizer once again. Okay, so this agricultural waste what you get, it is fed to the cattle as the fodder. Then the dung from that, it is again used for the production of biogas. So this biogas is used for different purposes. So children, here you can see it is a cycle, right? So all these waste materials are reused once again, right? So a cyclic process takes place. So you can say that as it is continuously being produced, it is nothing but a non-conventional, or you can say a renewable source of energy. Okay, and this is mainly taking place because of the microbial fermentation. I'll tell you what are the uses of this biogas. It has many different advantages or uses. It is very cheaply available without much expenses. Okay, and it is safe to use because it doesn't cause any pollution. And another important thing is it is renewable, right? So it can be easily used as a fuel. It is an important solution to the present day energy crisis also. Children, in India, the technology of biogas plant production, it was developed mainly due to the efforts of Indian Agricultural Research Institute. Okay, and another such institution is Khadi and Village Industries Commission. Okay, so government is taking many steps to improve the use of this biogas. So it is used as a fuel for domestic purposes, right, and in cooking in the houses, for street lights also, and also in small scale industries. So remember here, main thing you should be knowing in this content, what is biogas, mainly practice the diagram of the biogas plant. Okay, and the mechanism how this biogas plant works and the uses of biogas. Okay, so it burns with a blue flame and without smoke, so it improves the sanitation also, or you can see it is eco-friendly or pollution free. So that is why nowadays the use of biogas is much more increasing than the other non-conventional or the non-renewable sources of energy. Okay, so and it is also easily generated, stored, and can be easily transported also. So these are the uses or the advantages of using biogas plant. So in the next video, children, we'll discuss about the next other uses of microbes, such as the use of microbes in biocontrol agents. Okay, thank you very much.